Morning, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM Future Digibite OG. So I wanted to do a quick update, see where we stand. So on Bitcoin yesterday, this is what we thought was going to happen when it was up here. Just because it looked like it was rolling over on the top. And that was my targeted move to 53,343. You guys know, you watched my update last night. I mean, it hit. That's why I say it's not about the ins and outs. It's about what's going to happen on a targeted move. I always say I'm the best in the business because I can read a chart quickly. And in the moment, I love doing it. And I mean, you could not have picked a better number for Bitcoin than 53,343. I mean, that, out of anything else, if you want to wonder why you should follow me, I called that before Bitcoin even started rolling over. It was still at 55,000 up at the top of the trend. And I said, it looks like it's going to roll over and it's going to come down here. And it just made perfect sense that that was the retracement. And the reason why I picked that spot is because that's an area where it can hold and technically not break the neckline until it gets down to 52,800. Once it breaks that, then we know we're coming all the way down to 51,000, 50,200 roughly. And then we can go further because then you're on a shoulder and then you got to come to a hip and then it's a big fucking mess. So that's why this was a logical retrace, because it can hit that 53,343 and still bounce, or it could even do this, play up like it did, bounce through and bounce on this and then go up still, because it's not necessarily going to roll over. This is just the spot where it has to test support. Obviously, it came up with no stops. I mean, that's a huge section up right here with no kind of movement. So now you'd expect some kind of choppy trading to get back down, at least for the beginning. So that's exactly what we're getting. So that's what I thought was going to happen on that initial drop from Bitcoin, and it hit it perfectly. Like, you couldn't have put it any better. So it makes me feel more confident when I'm doing these in the moment predictions for you guys. But again, XRP now, instead of looking like it's going to break up, now you've got this over consolidation. Now it looks like it might come down here before it pops up, but nobody says it has to pop up if Bitcoin breaks down. But I still think that that's a logical target, and if it were to pop up, it's going to come like this, and then it would create a head and do something like that, but it would be rather quickly. So that's where it's going to go if it breaks up, and we've been talking about this for days. It's just when it keeps closing on the bottom side of that support resistance line, like that was such a terrible close last night. Like, just to put it in perspective, I mean, it only had to go up pennies, and it couldn't get over it. And that's why I say my lines are the time tested. If it can get over this clusterfuck, well, then it's got a little bit of a move that it can make up to $1.25 or $1.30. But it's got to get over this cluster of heavy resistance. You've got multiple zones that I put down, and it would have to get over the first one to ride it as support. It's failed 2 days in a row on the daily. Today would be the third day where it pushed right up into there, but then it got pulled back down. So, and then we fell out of the uptrend. XRP did not respect the uptrend. And that's how we knew it was going to be not good. So we had to pull it out. But we have a decided downtrend. We can pull it even closer, guys, now with XRP, if this holds true. And I know this is getting clustered, but it has to be this way, guys, so you can see all the things and all the areas it can play through. But look, if you just play the close last night, we now have a decided downtrend. Assuming we don't break outside of this, look at how crazy that is. We started a downtrend now on that close yesterday. I mean, it's absolutely perfect. And we're going to take this one out of here because that was just a moving style. So if you look at this, guys, we absolutely started a downtrend last night. By having that weak of a close right here, you can say, hey, we're trading within a very tight range. We've come from the top. So you've come over here. You hit support after resistance, down to support. We consolidate support 2, resistance 2. Actually, support 1 was way up here and then it got busted down. So then you break down resistance, or support 1, resistance 1, support 2, resistance 2. So this is confirming if it breaks down from here. Now you're going to have a support 3, Maybe a bounce back up to resistance 3. Support 4 would be down here, and you can see how this would start going. Because now if that's confirmed, we've broken into the downward channel. And this would just be that just developed, and this can confirm that this is the up part of the channel. So we wouldn't be in the wider channel. We never got out there. So this is going to be very interesting. It's something to watch. Because this absolutely, even if you take this, and you start messing with this, and you're like, okay, well, what about from up here on a channel? If we just start our channel from way up at the top point, okay. So now, if we look at it like this, hold on, let me go back up here to make sure. And yes, guys, it's getting very, very messy here. And I acknowledge that. But what are we going to do? We're trying to get the exact, that's good, the exact move of what we're doing. So this could be a tighter channel than we think, or it's going to be farther out. But this is what I'm saying. All these are becoming confluent now. If this doesn't break this area, it's got to trade back down. It's got no choice. Everything's pointing to this meeting area right here, and this could be that logical rejection point, and that's why it keeps getting rejected. Because the downward trend, the downward resistance, every way you put it, hits that spot. Even when you come across, it hits that spot in the daily. So this is starting to become confluent, ladies and gentlemen, and we got to pay attention that if this is riding the downward trend, it's already hit, like I was saying. No, what am I doing? Like we were saying over here, we've already come down, and if this is the channel, one resistance, one support, or you can go one support, one resistance, so it's in both spots. 2 support, 2 resistance, but both of these resistance from the top downward resistance trending down on both spots all meet in the same spot. So depending on which way you want to go, you either have a wider or smaller channel, and that's why it's not just cut and dry, ladies and gentlemen. This is the up to the minute, up to the date, no bullshit of what's going on and why XRP is having so many problems in this area. If it fails right now at this trend and continues downward, the next logical spot for it to come down and try to gather some steam, you would see something like this. So if it continues to disrespect and continue to use this as the uptrend and respect, I should say, the downtrending resistance, well, eventually you're going to get a break down, and that would happen after this apex moment in here. So you'd go do maybe a fake into here, and then bam, catch people off guard. That would be the most likely scenario for XRP if it doesn't break up, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hit that like button, turn that bell notification to all, and this is up to the minute, up to the date, next level technical analysis. No bullshit, no advertising. Don't click my link because there's no point, because I don't advertise that bullshit. If you want to get Robinhood, if you want to get crypto.com, if you want to get Bitfinex or BitTrue or any of the other schlub companies, you can get them, and you don't have to use my link because you will get the same bonus without using mine. Oh yeah. Discussing and breaking secrets of the trade. You also don't have to pay for my swing trades because I don't allow it. I do all my content for free, and if you want, you join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month to pay it forward, or send a friendly donation, and I'll put it in the community fund, and I do special things. Maybe you'll be the next one to get an XRP token, because I still have some available to give out. So besides that, pay attention. This is the most up to the minute, up to the date I can give you with no bullshit.